You know, you had mentioned obviously the A10. The A10 was packed. I look at the A10 in the 90s, just so much talent, so much NBA talent as well. And you had mentioned Xavier. I know going into that NCAA tournament, um, you may be concerned about seeding. You guys knew you'd be in the tournament. You know, how much do you think, if at all, that Xavier loss, and as you had mentioned, they beat you guys good, right? How much though do you think that may have helped you guys going into the tournament? If at all. And sitting there, during the selection committee, what were your thoughts? Getting that, being in that 8 and 9 matchup.
We won, we might get a 6. I'd hope we could stretch it into a 7 with this, so I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, first of all, when we got beat by Xavier, I didn't mind so much because it gave us another day to rest and get our act together, get a couple of days off after the tournament, and then a couple of really good days of practice. And I kind of like that, but certainly didn't want to get beat. So we just met as a team and families for the draw for the selection show. And we're sitting there and it come across that 15, 16 and 1, and then 8 and 9. And
we were really excited on Selection Sunday. We had one of those deals where we had everybody, we got everybody together, and are we going to be in the tournament? And if we're going to be in the tournament, wow. And so, families were there, and when our name was called, I'm jumping up and down, and I looked over at Jim and Coach Harrick. He's kind of smiling, but he ain't kind of smiling. And I said, Coach, what's wrong? He said, we're in the 8-9 game. And so if we win, we got to play the number 1 seed in the country. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I won't swear. Yeah. But what I said was, because I hadn't thought that far ahead. But then it was like, hey, we got to take them as they come. And so that kind of set the stage, but it quickly put everything in perspective.
Selection committee, they got a weird sense of humor because they pitted Mark Gottfried's Murray State, who was my assistant at UCLA, and Rhode Island. Now, if you're going to tell me that just happens, I would really question that. But anyway, and we're an eight seed, and we got, the second game, you got Kansas. And everybody, when that thing came up, everybody went, oh. And my wife cheered.
Yeah.
Because in our bracket was Valparaiso. We're going to Oklahoma City with Valparaiso, where my son was an assistant coach. So our whole family was there together. She was cheering.